Good evening. Welcome to Sunday Satsang with myself, John Homewood.
And myself, Michelle McClunan. Hi,
Yes.
everyone.
Hi. We've been away for a few weeks now, so apologies for being absent from Satsangs, but I think tonight's a good night to rejoin. Sunday, Easter Sunday. So we welcome you. We're just going to wait a few moments for people to join. And if you can, if you don't mind, just typing up your name in the comments box. We like to know who we're talking to. And also if you have any comments, favorable or unfavorable, or you'd like to add some of your own wisdom, then please type them up in the comment section as well. And we love getting the hearts. So thank you for those hearts. And if you're watching on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please won't you just press the like, share and subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications of our work. And if you're watching on Facebook, then please share this. So thank you for being with us tonight. As I said, we're just going to wait a few moments. Tonight we're just dedicating the satsang to Easter, and we're going to do a beautiful meditation. So thank you.
Just a good check-in before the week starts.
Yeah.
And, well, tomorrow's still holiday, so
Yep,
we've still got another one day.
It is. Well, in South Africa it is. I know in other parts of the world then they don't celebrate Easter the way we do in South Africa. So perhaps tomorrow is a work day for you, or perhaps you're watching this later. But in any case, just about centering our presence in time and space, connecting with each other in the way that we do. This time of transformation that we're going through is such an important time to spend time clearing the mind, what we would call in meditation. Meditation means clearing the mind, and just connect with your true essence, your beingness. We have so much power in our beingness, and we're distracted with doingness or thinkingness. And this is a time for connecting back into the source of all of creation. We call it life. And the more we connect with life, the more we connect with presence, the more powerful we become as an instrument of transformation on this planet. And that's really going back to the story 2,000 years ago, because the man that we know of as Joshua or Jesus or Ben Yahweh, he was an instrument of presence. He was an instrument of that divine self, which connects us to the one being. We're all part of that one being through the portal of presence. So yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. Would you like to give us some comments or tell us who you are?
Please do. Yeah, we'd love to know who we're speaking to. Otherwise, we're speaking into fresh air. We can't see you on the screen, so please do let us know. Hello, Diane. Diane has just been with us at the Buddhist Retreat Center, the BRC, in Ikopa in Durban. We just got back yesterday.
Our travels, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful time, very rich time. So it's good to see you, Diane. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it was so lovely having you with us, Diane, and celebrating your birthday with you. How about that? Yeah, lovely. So let's wait for a few more people to join, and then we shall start.
I think we can start.
Just have a look. So, yep, if you weren't here in the beginning, hello. We've got Mariki.
And Homewood, hi, guys.
And if you weren't here in the beginning, just a reminder, if you could like and share this, that would just help get the energy out there. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, then please do subscribe. And also we have a WhatsApp group, a Journeys of Awakening WhatsApp group, and the details to join that are on our website, which is journeysofawakening.com. That's journeys plural of awakening.com, and also the information on our courses, etc. We've got another retreat next month, so those who weren't able to make it to the BRC, we have one in the most beautiful place on earth, I think it is, Hogsback. That's the details of that are on our website.
And we see Carol's also with us. So Carol was also with us on the retreat in the BRC. Hi, Carol. And hello, Sharon. Hello, Grant and Trish. Aleta, Sonia. Hi, Sonia.
Yes.
Lovely to have you all with us.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All
It
right.
is raining here, folks. So if by any chance we disappear, please just stay on the Journeys of Awakening Facebook page, and we'll rejoin from another router. It should be fine, but just in case we disappear, because we are having a little rainfall.
Rain, which we're so grateful for. We live on a farm, and we live off rainwater, and so we are grateful for the rain. We really are, but it does interfere with the signal that we have. So just apologies if we do drop, but we will be back. So thank you. Let's start this evening's satsang with a meditation, with a clearing of the mind. So just settle back. Hopefully you've got some cushions and you're comfortable, and you've made arrangements not to be disturbed for the next little while. So just settle back and just connect with the wonderful gift that we've all been given, which is this physical body. The body is a portal into direct communing with life. It's a portal into the one being. It's a portal into presence. So gently closing your eyes if you want to. You can do this open-eyed. You can do it. Lovely candle meditation is also good. Just looking at the flickering flame of a candle. That's stilling the mind. It brings focus and centeredness. But I prefer to close my eyes. So closing your eyes if you want to. And take a very deep breath in. The breath is also a connection to life. It's the breath of life. So by taking very deep breaths, we center ourselves back in the physical body. If you've taken a deep breath, then just release it with a beautiful, long, surrendering out breath. And then take another very deep breath in, right to your solar plexus. So you're pulling the air down and filling the lungs right to the very top. And then surrendering that breath back into the world around you. And take a third very deep breath in, right down to your toes and up to the top of the head, so you're filling your whole body with this beautiful breath of life. And then slowly surrender it back out into the world. Surrender it, let it go, let it go. And with you releasing it, just release all of the times and all of the places, all of the concerns and worries from other situations, but just be here now. Just be here in your physical body. I'm going to spend a few moments connecting with the physical body. The physical body is this miraculous vehicle for us to navigate the human dimension. And this is truly a gift to be here on this planet at this time of transformation. Many of you can feel the shift that we're going through, the transformation in the world. And it amplifies the contrasts between light and dark, maybe, in our awareness, and accentuates the need for us to choose more wisely than we've ever chosen before. Choose between the path of fear and the path of love. And the most important part of choosing is to be present, because if you're not present, you cannot consciously choose. If you're not present, it's your mind, with its habitual programs of past running, that is doing the choosing. So in this moment, we connect through the body to presence, so we can consciously choose peace, or joy, or love. So let's bring our awareness fully into the body and down to our feet. Let's feel our feet connecting with the floor, if possible. And you can just imagine that there is a energetic connection between your feet and Mother Earth. And Mother Earth sends her light, her love, her presence up into our body through our feet, and up into our ankles, up into our shins and calf muscles, up into our knees, thighs, up into the pelvis, up into the torso, every organ receiving this beautiful energy from Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, up into our heart. And then from above we pull down the energy from the central sun, through our sun and our solar system. We pull this energy down from Father Sky through the top of our head, the crown chakra, down the spine, down the neck, into the shoulders, and down to meet Mother Earth in our hearts. And we feel this beautiful sacred dance of energy within our hearts, between Mother Gaia, the provider of all of our physical needs, and Father Sky, the provider of all our energetic needs. And they meet in a beautiful sacred dance of life within our hearts. And we are the sacred conduit between these two energies. Absolutely unique, each one of us, and absolutely vital for the play of life at this time. I've said many times before, the word cosmos means order, and we are a child of the cosmos, and as such we are a vital part of this order. So take another deep breath in, and as you release the breath, just surrender to this order, the order we call life, and sink down onto the chair you're sitting on. Feel the chair under your bum, the backrest maybe supporting your back, and just connect more fully into the body. Feel where your fingers are touching right now. Relax your shoulders and your neck muscles. You might even like to lighten the muscles in the cheeks with a slight smile. It takes far less energy to smile than to frown. So let's lighten our demeanor and let this peace permeate our face. And now let's turn our attention to another portal into presence, which is listening. To truly listen, we have to become very quiet on the inside. We listen not waiting to respond, or even to understand, or to label. We listen for the pure joy of presence, to be the space of awareness into which all sounds flow. They arise and then they dissipate through this empty place of presence, the sacred space of being. We can hear rain outside in our environment, beautiful, nourishing rain that we are so grateful for. The plants, animals are refreshed and rejuvenated by this rain. What can you hear in your environment? What soft sounds bring you back into presence? Just hold the stillness within for a few moments, allowing life to breathe you, allowing life to listen through you. This beautiful energy we call life is right now beating your heart, keeping you here in the physical body, possibly even digesting some food, and sending those nutriments to every single one of your billions of cells, right in this moment. let there be a measure of gratitude in you right now for being alive at this time, and also for being part of this satsang. The word satsang just means gathering of wisdom. We're all contributing to this portal of light that nourishes the planet at this time. Take a soft, beautiful, deep breath in now. And release. And when you're ready, you may softly, gently open your eyes and just see if the world looks a little bit smoother, a bit calmer, a little bit more peaceful around you. Thank you to all those who have joined. Welcome.
That was lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
On this Easter Sunday.
Hopefully you're not, you haven't overindulged in chocolate Easter eggs or crust buns. I'm not too sure that that's actually the real energy of today, but we all do, including us. We have,
really
yes.
Delicious.
Beautiful.
So we were just chatting before the John's check-in meditation, just to say that we've been away running a retreat, and just how important it is to take time to do just what we've done now in this meditation that John took us through, is to just stop and slow down and breathe and hear and just pause in between all the busyness, and how it's just incredible to witness what happens to people when they do that. So when when everybody arrives, there's sort of everyone's tried to get there, and it's been a whole mission to arrive, and to people don't know each other, but literally within a day people start to just drop in, and everything starts to change. You see the light shining out of their eyes, you see their shoulders dropping, you see connections being made with people that hadn't been made before. So it's just, I think, for me, this is just this time that we're spending together tonight, and also for some of you having a few days break in your busy schedules, is just to really take time to just be. And it's almost a trick, because it's almost too easy. It's how can just being actually be so powerful, but it is. And I think that the people that have just been on the retreat will witness that just taking yourself into the space over and over again, and out of the very busy mind and out of the addictive nature of the mind, is healing in and of itself.
Yeah, and the difference really in people arriving at the retreat in the beginning and leaving at the end of 3, 4, 5 days is really the amount of presence that they hold within them. So what happens is people shift from being a human doing to aligning themselves with their true essence, which is being. And as people connect with their being, their hearts open, and they connect more intimately with not only the people around them, but also the world around them, nature around them.
Yeah.
And I absolutely guarantee you that the people who go back into their mundane lives from the retreat will connect more intimately, more openly, more sacredly with the individuals that they have in their lives. And it's just a link to Easter, because what is Easter but a transformation process? The same as we have on our retreats, which is the shift experience. People shift from mind to heart. And so this is really a shift we're taking on this planet at this time. And it's a shift from the fear-based perception. Fear is always about separation, false evidence appearing real, to love, which is a sense of oneness, a sense of connection to life, to being. And the shift that people make on these retreats that we run is really so beautiful to experience, and so fundamental in transforming people's lives. because it's no good trying to change the deck chairs on a sinking Titanic. It's not going to help things. One has to come into the underlying dysfunction in the world, and that is the lack of being, the lack of presence, the lack of life that people have within them, the lack of love. And as we open our hearts and reveal that portal of presence back into the world, so not only do we shift, but the world around us changes. And this new earth that's being born is not an exterior event that's going to transform us. It's an interior event within us that transforms the exterior world.
Yeah, and it's nobody else outside of us that's going to do it either. It's no savior coming to sort everything out for us. It's actually us being the change that we want to see in the world. And so it's also about, this really is about a frequency shift. So I've often spoken about it in the astrological side of things. This is a frequency shift, and we are frequency. So when we understand that, or when we know that, when we get to actually experience that our frequency changes, the frequency of everything around us changes, because everything is connected. We're not separate from anything or anybody else. So as our frequency shifts, so does our environment. So do the people that come into our environment. So does our experience of life. So this coming back all the time, which is what we do when we spend time with people, is, for all of us, it's a reminder to keep on coming back. It's not something where you go out to get something. You're not getting something out there at another place, because then you're back basically into the matrix of the mind, which is one day when I'm X, Y, Z, then everything will be okay. This is actually finding it now and here already. And in that moment that you come into that present place, you shift, you transform, you heal. And it's so simple that people don't believe that it's true or possible, but it is. And that's what you see when you continuously doing that. And I think that's why the mystics and the saints and all the very wise people over the millenniums have actually said stillness is it. And coming back, it's a practice, coming back into the knowingness of who you are, because this is also where the truth resides. And we've also spoken quite a lot about AI and all the information that we are subjected to on a daily basis, minute by minute. And what do we believe? What's true? What's fake? How do we distinguish between the two? And we can only do that if we're actually connected to our innate wisdom. That's where you know the truth. It's not somebody else telling you the truth. It's does it resonate with my heart? And if it does, then that's aligned with you. So this process that we're actually experiencing is very, very profound and very rich, very powerful.
Yeah, and if one just thinks back, to the teacher 2,000 years ago, what did he really come to give us? I'm going to just propose that he came to awaken us back to real love. He was a teacher of love. That's the most important part of his teaching, is love. And unfortunately, the world that he was speaking to at the time was a world very based on separation, on the perception of separation, on fear. And that's been pretty carried forward as his teachings were incorporated into a religion. And the word religion means to bind. And that binding was very much, from my perspective, a fear-based process, false evidence appearing real. And now we're reaching a beautiful pivotal point in our awakening, where we are now being able to choose more wisely than we've ever chosen before, and to choose love, to choose the message of that beautiful teacher from 2,000 years ago. When he was asked in the Gospel of St. Thomas where heaven was, he said, it's all around you, but you perceive it not. In other words, the log is in our eye. The perception is the problem, not the world around us. It's the perception. And our work is to remove the misperception from our eye and to see the beauty of the world around us.
And ourselves, because the perception is often a mistaken perception of separation.
It is.
That we're somehow separate from everything else, or diminished, or not good enough, not worthy enough. And this is what this change is, to actually be able to see that we are we are connected to everything. What we need is actually within us. So the return place, the place of healing, is here. It's nowhere else. And when you spend time and you come back to this, you feel it, you experience it, and it's you're reminded of it. And it also brings to reminding, or remembering is remembering. It's actually bringing the pieces together and remembering who you are. And that's what happens when you keep bringing yourself back in a meditation, in a group of people, in nature. Nature's an amazing portal into presence.
Yeah, the very word to bring yourself back to, remember, to put back together again, really leads us into another powerful word that we're going through at the moment, or concept that we're going through at the moment, and that is healing. Healing to make whole again. So you're coming back to wholeness. And what is wholeness? But your true being. And being, the word presence, the word life, all one and the same. Although they're different words, but they're pointing us back to a truth of purity, of wholeness. And what I was saying earlier about this shift is when you start to see beauty in the world around you and in yourself, then you are whole, because you cannot see beauty if you're not present. And what the old way of processing perception was always through the mind. Now the mind is an organ of separation, so it's an organ of judgment. And when we judge something, we're not loving it. And so the way to calm the mind is to notice beauty. When you're noticing beauty, you're not judging. You're just perceiving directly the isness of what is there in that moment. And one of the tools that we've spoken many times before is the morning mirror exercise. You get up in the morning and you look in the bathroom mirror at yourself, and you see the beauty in your own eyes, and you say your first name and I love you. And that's the recognition of being within you. You are letting go of the judgmental mind, and you're coming into alignment with the divine in this moment, which sees us all as magnificent, as perfect beings. And that's part of our journey right now, is to see the beauty in the world around us, and to see the beauty in ourselves, and to work on this wonderful portal into presence, which is forgiveness, to give up, to surrender, to come back to presence in this very moment, here and now.
Now, and when you're doing that process of looking through eyes, initially when you start to do it, there'll often be a sort of an embarrassment or a feeling that you don't want to do that, because what you're actually doing there is you're in the judgmental mind. You're looking at the grey hair, you're looking at the wrinkle, you're looking at the squiff face, or whatever you're looking at, and you're not actually seeing the reality. So you're seeing the illusion. So when you're able to actually move through the illusion, you see what's actually true. And you often see that when you're looking into somebody's eyes without speaking. And you actually see the beauty shining out of their eyes, mirroring what may be the beauty in your eyes. And in that moment, there is no separation. There's that feeling of oneness. You are me and I am you, and we are, there's a connection here. And it goes way beyond the physical form. It's more on the form of frequency and ether. You know, ether is the fifth element, and in many books and much literature, ether is actually being left out as an element. But it's the fifth element. It's the space in between everything else, which is not space. It's full, and you know, ether is very, very important for us to connect to as an element, as a fifth element. So when we're in that space of oneness, of presence, we're actually in that state of connection with everything else.
Yeah, with
and
ether.
Everybody else in ether.
Yeah, that's right. I remember the Hopi Native Americans and also the Mayans talked about this shift that we would be going through at this time, and they spoke about the birth of the fifth sun, which could be interpreted and was interpreted as the rebirth of the fifth element. In fact, they even made a film on that, the fifth element. And the fifth element is a change in perception from seeing only the physical world of separation, like my fingers are all separate, to seeing the hand, the body, the connection here, where we all joined. And the place we all join is called presence. And when we're in presence, we are aligned with being. And when we are aligned with being, that's when we perceive beauty. And in the perception of beauty, our heart is open, and that's inviting that field of love back into the world. So we become a portal of that power of love back into this world again, which was what that teacher came to teach us 2,000 years ago. And if you think of this weekend, the Friday is very much about the releasing the death of the old. And we move through the weekend, and then we come to the birth, the rebirth. And unfortunately, religion, particularly the Christian religion, focused very much on the fear-based perception, which is all about what's wrong and the death and the suffering and the sacrifice, when in fact the real message of this weekend is the rebirth, is that transformation, that transcendence of the old into something brand new, the transcendence of the physical into the spiritual. That's the real message from this Easter message that we have. And I say it was wrapped in the veil of fear, and we were in fact kept from the true power. And now this time of awakening, we awaken to the joy of what this message is really about, the joy of transcendence, the joy of connecting back with the true spirit of life itself. That's the message of this weekend. And this weekend is actually a celebration of the birth. I mean, don't we just love births? We celebrate births. This weekend is a celebration of the birth of something brand new in this dimension of experience. That's the real Easter message. And that celebration of birth is something we do in our hearts. And that's the real gift and the real message of Easter at this time, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's almost like a liberation from a prison, you know. It's a prison of our own making. And that prison's often the mind. This can actually be a liberation from the mind. And we are able to, we're blessed with the ability to continuously have the opportunity to start again. Each evening, our whole entire journeys on this planet are cyclical. And each evening we go to sleep, and each morning we wake up and we have a new opportunity to actually reconnect, to plug into what's real and what's true, to rise again, to rebirth again. Each time we breathe out and then we breathe in again, it's another little rebirth. So this is a bigger sort of cycle, but it's actually made up of mini cycles. So what we do in each of those little mini cycles is really important, because that's feeding into a bigger cycle. So the more we're able to actually come into this place, this eventually becomes the place. It becomes the default. And the other place, which can be very stressful and very painful and is full of suffering, is not the default. And so it becomes unpleasant to be there and much more pleasant to be in the moment and enjoying this moment as it is. So that then becomes the default. And when that happens, there's a shift in consciousness. And it's a shift in consciousness, as John said, back to the heart. So it's coming from the head to the heart. It's not saying there's anything wrong with the head. The head's very useful. The brain's very useful. But to live there is
stressful.
It's very stressful
and worrisome.
It's very worrisome.
And not that pleasant most of the time.
It's not so pleasant because it tells lies a lot of the time.
Yeah. Stories that are not true.
You can't believe what your mind says.
Yeah. And the other thing about the mind is programmable. That's what it is. Programmable by your experience, by education, but it's also programmable by the media around you.
Whose ideas are they?
So if you want to come out of the program, and the program is the matrix, then step into presence, because in presence there is no program running, your mind's not running, so therefore you are free and you are very much liberated from that. And this weekend is a real celebration of that liberation. You know, Jesus was liberated from the body, and the symbol that we use at Easter is quite often the Easter egg. And the Easter egg isn't just a bit of chocolate to have fun with and to enjoy the taste of. It's actually symbol of rebirth. That's why the egg was incorporated. It was a pagan celebration in the northern hemisphere of spring, the arrival of spring, which is the rebirth. The egg is the potential for a whole new being, a whole new life form to be created in this reality. And that is the message for us at this time, to be open to the rebirth that is part of this process. And you mentioned in the out-breath. The out-breath is a surrendering process. It's a dying of the old breath. And in that, there is trust. There is trust that at the end of the breath, after maybe a slight pause, there is the gift of the new breath. And that is really, I think, one of the key ingredients in this transformation process, is to trust that rhythm and that flow of life. There's the death and there's the rebirth. It's an automatic process, a cyclical process of the circle of life.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we would need is, if it is that trust, and it is faith. Faith that there is an information field, a conscious information field, more powerful than the mind. And when we surrender to that, when we trust that, our lives shift in amazing ways. We become a portal for grace to live through us. And that's really what faith means. It doesn't mean belief in a particular dogma. It means to really step back into that direct connection with life itself, which is the greater intelligence.
Yeah, this really is a celebration of life, really, if you look at that.
It is.
And the other thing is that we are obviously in the southern hemisphere, so those of you down here, we're entering autumn now. And autumn's one of my favorite seasons. What is autumn? It's the letting go of that which is no longer needed, and the opening space for something new. So that's what we're entering now. This is our change in season. And so, yeah, just to celebrate that and to work with that energy, John and I are running the retreat in Hogsback. What's it, from the 9th to the 13th of May?
Yeah.
And for those
Where
of you
is Hogsback?
who haven't been to Hogsback, Hogsback is in the Eastern Cape, and it's a magical, amazing place in the mountains. You basically drive up to the top of the mountain, and it's a very, very powerful portal, it's another word, for healing and transformation and regeneration. So we'd love you to join us there, and if you know of anybody who you think might want to join us, please do tell them about it. It's on our website, journeysofawakening.com, and it's a real opportunity to go deeper and to connect with what we talk about every week or every second week when you come on Satsang.
Yeah, it is. It's such a beautiful place. The Amatola Mountains are actually the start of South Africa's biggest mountain range, which is the Drakensberg. It's the very beginning of the Drakensberg Mountains. It's 2 hours drive up from Port Elizabeth, from East London Airport.
Yeah.
It's a lovely 2 hours drive from there. So if you're coming in from overseas, whatever, it's an easy access. It really is. And what a powerful place. They say that the energy of Hogsback inspired Tolkien to write Lord of the Rings. And it's a magical place with waterfalls and fairies and trees and forests and beautiful, beautiful place. It really is. So if anybody would like to experience some of what we have to share in the transformation process, then do look at our website, journeysofawakening.com. We'd love to have you with us on that beautiful retreat. Yeah, it's a magical place. I've been going there for like 40 years, my most favorite place on this planet. And it's just so heart-opening. It really is. That's the energy of Hogsback. It's a powerful portal, as you said. Yeah. Powerful portal.
Yeah, and sometimes it's very useful, if you can't join us there, then do it yourselves. But to have a complete break from busy life, it really is like a reboot.
It is.
So I would strongly suggest that you try to schedule something in for yourself that you can actually reconnect with your own inner world, with your inner wisdom, with nature, and bring yourself back into sanity.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be a lot of change still this year on the planet and next year. So I think that's the stronger we are in our own being, the easier it is to navigate the outside changes, knowing that we are not them. So we're the one that sees it, and we're the one that actually can transition anything if we're in presence.
Yeah, it's to step back into that which can't be threatened by the world of change. That which is truly real, that wonderful line which we always quote on our retreats is from the Course in Miracles. Nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists, and therein lies the peace of God. To see through the illusion to that which is real, that which is unchanging, that which cannot be threatened, and live from that space, then life becomes very different to the old world of fear. It really does transform. And just in the gathering like we are tonight on the Satsang, or the gathering on the retreats that we do, it's the teacher, I think, from 2,000 years ago also said, where two or more are gathered, there I am. So there's an increase in that sacred energy when we do this as a group. The healing is exponential compared to trying to do it on our own. And to be surrounded by like-minded people with the same intention, very, very powerful, really, really powerful. To be with people who you can feel safe with, to who you can surrender into the arms of, and who are empathetic and caring. It really does help with the healing process in our souls. So yeah, you can see more of what we do on journeysofawakening.com. Yeah. So we have some affirmation cards. We have an affirmation cards. We pull one at every satsang. This one is a green one, which is heart. It's all about heart. And that's really our journey. Our journey is, as I say, a short journey from the head into the heart. And the color of the heart chakra is that green energy. The color of life, the color of the plant behind us, that represents life. So we're going to do a lead out meditation now. Michelle's going to do that for us. And it's the most important part of the whole evening is to become absolutely aligned with what we call the vertical plane. The horizontal plane of time is the matrix, and to come out of the horizontal plane we need to connect with the fifth dimension, which is in the vertical plane, the plane of presence.
Okay, so I'm just going to lead you into a short meditation. So just get yourself comfy, sit back, lie back, and take a deep breath in, and then a long, slow out breath. Just letting it all go on the out breath. So you might try to breathe in for the count of 4. Hold to the count of 1, and then breathe out to the count of 6. And just let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. And breathe in again to the count of 4. Hold briefly. And then really let it all go. Sigh it all out. Just allow anything that you might be holding on to slip off gently off your shoulders. On each out breath, allow yourself to soften into this moment. You can imagine a beautiful wave of healing light coming in through the top of your head and very gently swirling around and clearing whatever it needs to clear. So imagine that it very gently moves around your head and it helps you to relax your eyebrows and the tiny muscles on the sides of each eye and down into the nostrils relaxing the nostrils. And the mouth, maybe smiling just a little bit. Relaxing the jaw, letting go of any tension that's held there. The ears. Imagine that your whole head is soft and relaxed. And any tension or pressure just slides off gently. Now this wave of healing energy comes down through your neck, relaxing the neck, all around the neck, and then down into the shoulders, dropping the shoulders, down into the arms, the elbows, the wrists, into the hands. And just stopping for a moment at the hands and just completely focusing on your hands as they rest open and gently wherever they are. Just focus all your energy, all your focus on your hands. And you might find that you can feel the energy, can sense the energy. Might be a little bit of a tingle or a little bit of warmth. Just noticing this life force that moves through your body. Opening to this life force. Embracing this life force. Bringing this beautiful wave of energy down through your torso, front and back, all the way down through your spine, into all your organs, down into your pelvic area, into your legs, knees, shins, ankles, feet, and then down into the earth. Just becoming an open conduit for this light to move through you into the earth, honoring the sky, honoring Gaia, the earth. Connecting this to the heart. So now focusing on the heart, breathing into the heart as if it were a lung. So as you breathe in, the heart expands, and then slightly deflates on the out breath, as if it was a lung. And on each exhalation, there's a softening and there's an opening. And in this place is just this moment, completely dropping in to this precious, sacred moment. Relaxing, releasing, being, opening, in gratitude, listening to the sounds that you can hear, connecting with your breath, embracing this life that you have, this precious life, this precious breath. What a gift it is. What a gift it is that we can be together, that we can hear, that we can gather, that we can feel, sense, connect, enjoy, create. It's a celebration of life in this moment, because this is the only moment. focusing on the out breath. Just staying right here in this sacred space. Our affirmation for this evening is, I am protected and guided at all times. All my needs are met easily and effortlessly by life in each moment now. I'll repeat that one. I am guided and protected at all times. All my needs are met easily and effortlessly by life in each moment now. Just allowing those words to settle in and permeate your being and carry you into the new week, into your sleep tonight, and then into the new week. Just reminding yourself whenever you, or if you ever feel stressed or concerned, the beginning of this affirmation is very easy to remember. You just bring yourself back to the breath. I am guided and protected at all times. And you might feel the presence of that, the release, the gift. So bringing your focus back to what you can hear in this moment. The rain is falling quite hard here. Bringing your focus back to the breath, noticing the breath as it enters into your nostrils and leaves. Bringing your awareness back to your body. You might want to rub your fingers together. You might want to bring your hands up to your heart, just in thanks. And when you're ready, if you like, we can't see you, you might want to open your eyes or not.
Yeah, that was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. To be aligned with the present moment, to be aligned with life. How beautiful is that? Thank you all for being with us tonight. I will take a photograph of this card and put it up on our Facebook page. You might like to print it out and keep it as a reminder for the next couple of weeks of what the affirmation is to work with. Affirmations rewire the brain, and they allow new awareness to come through us, new perspectives to flow into our perception. I am guided and protected at all times. All my needs are met easily and effortlessly by life in each moment now. Thank you, and if any of you would like to join us on our autumn retreat, just go to journeysofawakening.com and the details are there. Lots of love and blessings for the week ahead and for the time of rebirth ahead. Love you all.
Thank you.
God bless. Thank you.